Hey everybody, welcome to Hot on the Line. CryptoCoinMindSet here, right now on my own. Badel, for those on Badel's channel, welcome. Badel is still on the road. For those who are on Crypto on the Rocks on Friday night, you know that him and Shuby and their respective better halves got together in Nashville, and so they had a great weekend. They did share a few pictures with me, but I'm going to let them do the sharing hopefully this week on Crypto on the Rocks. But right now he is still on the road, and I did just get a message from BC PortCorp. He's on his way. He knew he was going to be cutting it close for showtime here, so unfortunately I'm going to start this off on my own, and we'll kick over to everyone, or at least BC joining me once he gets here. So listen, if you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe, tick that bell icon, click the all. That way you get notified every time we put out a great video. And of course, smash up that like button. Smash it up. Really appreciate that. For those who are on X, appreciate you being here. Put a hey in the chat and we will give you a quick shout out. And again, for those on Badel's channel, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Don't forget, smash up that like button. And we will, you're just going to have to put up with me and BC once BC gets here. So tonight we're going to be talking about the content coin that has created some controversy with regard to Base. We're going to be talking about Visa joining the oh my goodness. And it looks like I'm freezing up. Super duper.
Oh, hello, sir. I don't know how far you got. How you doing?
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I froze up completely, and everything was gone. I'm glad you made it. Welcome. Appreciate you getting here as quickly as you could, because obviously I needed to be bailed out.
Not a problem. I showed up at the exact right time. So
yes, indeed.
It worked out.
I was just saying hey to everybody, telling everybody to like, subscribe, letting everybody know that Badel's not going to be here and that you were running a little bit late. I gave them a quick rundown of what we were going to be talking about, or at least I tried. That's about where I froze up. So yeah, that's where we are.
All right. Well, I'm sure you teased that Coinbase and Base dump. So
yes, I did. And I'm going to let you talk about that. I'm going to bring it up on the screen once I get my screen reset, because of course I lost everything when
it froze up.
Yep.
No problem.
It's
a great day. It's a great day to talk about it because it was a long, frustrating day at work, and I'm ready to rant about something.
Oh, baby. Well, then perfect. I should be. Hey, listen, I'll turn the controls over to you. It's all. and you can have at it. I'm prepping that right now. I just say hey to Shuby, safe drive. Appreciate you being here, man. Even on your phone. Let's see who else is in the house. Mike is in the house. Yeah, thanks, man. I know. Sorry, everything just like crashing around my ears here. Appreciate it. And again, I know we got a few people off on. Oh, we did have a few people off on X. Did we lose X? Can you even see your X? I'm sorry.
I'd have to pull it up. I literally got home, booted the computer, and then hopped on the stream.
Gotcha.
I hadn't even pulled up your YouTube until just a second ago. So
no, that's all right, man. No worries. Well, when I first started out, it said that we had about 4 or 5 people off on your X account, and it says we're live, but it's not registering any X. So, all right, if you're still on X, appreciate your patience. Sorry for all the freezing up and basically falling apart. Chuck Danger is in the house. Yes, cheers to you. It's not alcoholic, but cheers anyway.
This is caffeine. So my green screen hit it.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, so again, if you're just popping in, hit that like button. Really appreciate you. And if you're off on X, again, drop a hey in the chat. It will pop up here. We'll give you a shout out. Appreciate everybody being here. Oh, okay. So shall we bring up the first thing for today, which will be the Coinbase issue? Coinbase, whatever.
all the Coinbase shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I like that. Shenanigans. There it is. All right, here we go. And I'll go through it as you need if you need me to scroll, but I know you know this pretty much to the T here. So have at it there, BC. Tell the peeps what's going on.
Well, I mean, we've all seen it multiple times now. So someone with influence decides that they're gonna pick a project and they're gonna fully back it, and they're gonna tell everyone that this is the project that is associated with such and such thing. This time it happened to be Coinbase. And there was a meme token that was built on the Base network. What was the name of it? Like Base for Everyone or something like that?
Yes, exactly. I'll scroll down to that. Yep. Right there. Base for Everyone.
Yeah. Literally promoting Base and the Base network, which is all built by Coinbase. And immediately just rips to the upside, just massive market cap, as it says there, 17 million. And then just like we saw with the presidential rug pull,
Right.
95%. It's a very specific number that keeps popping up, and 95% of the market cap gone like that. Everyone just rugged. And it's extremely frustrating and sad and angering to see someone as big as Coinbase, the biggest entity in the United States that sells crypto and is working hand and fist with the US government to push crypto further, do the one thing that shits all over the crypto name, and that's a pump and dump.
Yep.
They don't need money. They don't need money at all. What was the point of this?
Yeah, Lord knows their fees are high enough. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just to start there. Just to start there.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I wanna read these couple of things right here, and then we'll move on, because I think we should pick this apart a little bit, because I love how they try to distance themselves from this. Blockchain analytics firm, and I'm right here just for anybody that's following along on screen. Blockchain analytics firm Look On Chain flagged suspicious trading behavior, revealing that three wallets bought large amounts of the token before Base's announcement, which is up here. BC just talked about it, but up here it tells you that they put the announcement on Zora, decentralized sharing platform. And later they sold that for a combined profit of $666,000. Personally, I think that's an interesting number right there. I'm sorry. We've talked, and you alluded to it. We talked about presidential rug pulls. We've seen all this crap going on with these meme coins on pump.fun and all this other stuff. It's literally getting sickening. It's an eyesore in the space. So I'm with you about that. Let me just finish this section, and then we can scream about it some more. But the founder of crypto marketing firm App Collective noted that the top three wallets controlled over 47% of the supply. And he put his quote from him about this was, "The chart clearly shows a classic pump and dump, massive green candles followed by instant sell-offs." And now we can go through, because here's where they try to distance themselves, but I mean, we can come back to that a little bit if you want, BC. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm with you.
I think you need to read it, and then we can pick that apart, because
okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
It's very shady.
I'm with you 1,000%. Never mind 100%, 1,000%. Okay, following the backlash, Base attempted to clarify its intentions while explaining that the move was part of an experimental push to bring content on chain. Okay, I'm all about bringing content on chain, but okay. Anyway, to be clear, Base will never sell these tokens, and these are not official network tokens for Base. Now, this is the quote from them, okay? Or any other related product. The content we share is creative, and we're going to keep bringing culture on chain. Okay. Jesse Pollock, the Ethereum Layer 2 lead developer, stated that the token was never intended to function as a typical meme coin or investment vehicle. Instead, the token was born of an idea of a content coin, hence the title I put on today, which was to tokenize creative works. According to him, Content Coin represents a single piece of content, and it's created in a context where the expectation is to set that coin. To set that coin is the content, and the content is the coin. No more, no less. Okay. He emphasized, I'm sorry, I keep wanting to go and throw my 2 cents in here. He emphasizes that this model allows creators to monetize viral posts through trading fees and shared ownership, shifting the focus away from speculation. If you try and apply a traditional meme or project coin valuation model to content coins, you're going to be disappointed. Well, no shit. Despite the explanation, critics across the crypto space remain unconvinced. The co-founder of Pump Fund, go figure, said the project with influence should act responsibly. Duh, he's one to talk, right? He emphasized that protocols must avoid setting unrealistic expectations, especially involving these tokens. He stated, I'm a huge advocate for the vision of tokenizing everything, but you can't change current market realities. If you launch a coin and have social influence, that comes with responsibility. That's probably the truest statement in this whole thing right there.
Oh yeah,
in my humble opinion.
I think it's funny, the person that said it, of course, because
And
you
that was
made
my point.
you made the biggest network out there where people like literally scam people every day with this exact
Exactly.
situation. And I don't know what this
Exactly.
whole like content coin thing is. It sounds like another way of trying to justify like the meme market, because you're not really tokenizing anything in that aspect. You're not tokenizing a post, you're not doing anything. Like that's not content. That's a meme coin. At the end of the day, that's a meme because it's no different than having a picture of the dog or having whatever you want, like a cat coin or anything like that. You just took the name and you're now making a meme of it. There's no difference. They're just trying to rename it, rebrand it to kind of take some of the heat off, but it's a meme coin.
Exactly. I think that's exactly what it is. Because I get what they're trying to do. You see it all the time with oh my goodness, what's the one that Crow launched? I did a video about it. Oh my god, it's on the Cardano blockchain. I'm having a brain cramp right now. But it's a decentralized social media platform. There's one on in Leo, another one that uses Dash and the Hive token, Hive network. I get what they're saying it's supposed to be, but that's not what it is. They're saying the token is the content and the content is the token. What? That makes no sense. That statement makes it sound more like you just said, like a literal meme coin. That's exactly to me what that sounds like.
Well, it's like basically what they're saying is like, hey, we're tokenizing our influence, which like
yes.
but that just sounds like scamming with extra steps.
Yeah, with a little extra sauce on it.
I'm like,
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Automatic Beats is in the house. Welcome, Automatic Beats. Appreciate you being there. Yes, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. And we got Jetpack in the house. Appreciate you being here. Anybody been checking out this Zebic token? I don't even know what that is. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea.
I've heard of it. I have looked at it. I haven't done much with it. I know it's actually a legitimate project, so
Okay.
it's not one of these
Good thing
meme
you knew,
projects.
because I had no idea.
Oh,
So I did put a poll on my YouTube channel, basically asking if people thought that Base had any kind of liability or I probably should have put or culpability, but I put liability with regard to this. And right now, as we speak, let's go take a look. I don't want to give you, I don't want to misquote anything right here. 57% of you so far say yes, 43 no. So please make sure you vote, so I can get when we move on to the next topic, I'll close out the poll. But that's I personally would have expected that to be a little bit higher on the yes end there. I mean, and I'm sorry, the way it went down, I fall personally on the yes side. I'm about, listen, man, you have influence, kind of like Trump, kind of like the Melania, kind of like Malay. You know, we've had these conversations before, BC. You know, you are an influencer, whether it's in crypto or whether it is in the politics or whatever. You have influence, and if you utilize that influence without doing your own due diligence, well, you deserve whatever flack you get. My opinion. What say you about that?
see, and I think with that same sentiment, though, is why you have 43% of people saying no, because it's that whole do your own research thing, and you have to take responsibility for what you invest in. But
Sure.
I think at this point, it's that's a cop out statement. Because
Yep.
if you have something or someone like Coinbase talking about, hey, this is Base for everyone, and you know they've built Base, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm going to check it out. And you're probably a little more likely to buy it since an entity like Coinbase talked
Like
about it.
Coinbase. Exactly. Exactly. And listen, I'm even going to put it up right here. I'm all about do your own research, because I'm all about personal responsibility. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that because I think they hold some of the, culpability with it, that they should be like paying people back or something. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. But the fact that you need to be, I don't know. You and I have talked about this before, and we've actually, for those who don't know, beginning of May 4th, I believe, is the day. I should have probably checked that before I said it. But I'm gonna be dropping the first video in my kind of newbie series. So to people, to help them to get their journey underway here in crypto if they're new to crypto. And one of the things that BC and I, or amongst other things, but one of the things that we've discussed in there is the idea of doing your own research, is the idea of having a bit of personal responsibility here in the space, is the idea that, hey, at the end of the day, guess what? Buck stops here, man. Know what I'm saying? Right here. So, that's what it's a bit of a double-edged sword to me, in the fact that, yeah, I think they should have thought twice before they put out any information about that, and then not trying to basically muddy the water with their explanation of things. But they don't owe, in my opinion, they don't owe anybody shit. I'm sorry. That's just not the way it is. Be a big boy, pick up your big boy pants and put your boots on and deal with it, man. Deal with it. I'm sorry. I know I'm just running all over the place here, BC. You said you were fired up and needed to go and but here I am.
This is a topic that every single time we see it gets us in this mood. And it sucks to see over and over and over again. But at the end of the day, this is why you should buy your Bitcoin and just hodl on. It's something that you know you're not going to get rug pulled on? Is it less gains than saying, hey, well, I bought ADA at 34 cents and it pumped to $3? Like, yeah, that's gains, but like when ADA first came out and it was that new project, you didn't know. So risk to reward. I don't like as much risk in the crypto markets. So I stick with Bitcoin. And I'm never going to buy something just because some influencer said I should, or
Amen.
recommended it, or said take a look at it. Like it kind of, as soon as they start recommending something like that, but if it's not Bitcoin, I immediately close my ears, because it's just less than ethical to be like, okay, you should invest in such and such coin that has no tie to anything but someone's name.
Nope. Facts. And listen, I again, you want to invest in whatever meme coin, altcoin, whatever, good for you. That's that's part of the autonomy of the space. Do you take care of you? So but don't be coming, and that's kind of to my previous point, don't be coming looking for like reparations or something because your meme coin just went to zero and you're holding half the supply. That's I don't, sorry. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. Hey, Alexandra G is in the house. Welcome. For those who are members on my channel, go throw that Alexandra G, the mod queen emoji, into the chat for Alexandra G. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. And let's see, did I miss anybody? No, but we got plenty of those mod queen emojis. I like it. And Mike saying damn straight. Yeah, I'm there you go. Facts. We did put together a very short list of things, or actually I say we, technically it was this guy who put it together because I was so damn busy I didn't even have a chance. So thank you for that, BC.
Yeah, not a problem.
But do you want to bring that up now, or is there anything else you want to discuss before we move on to that?
No, I think we beat that horse past that.
we beat it to death.
Yeah,
that's funny. All right, let's bring this up then, and let's see here. How's that showing up? I think I might be able to make that a little bit bigger. Hold on, let me see. Maybe did that help?
a little bit,
not really.
yeah.
All right. Well, unfortunately, if I noticed if I try to zoom in the way this particular program shares, then I can't like scroll. So I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
We'll have to just kind of read it as it is. BC, did you want to touch on these, or did you need me to do it? I know it's not right in front of you. It's technically in front of me, but you tell me. What do you
we
need?
can bounce back and forth on it.
All right. Well, then you want to start us off?
All right. So, it's been coming up quite a lot. We see crypto scams, or you end up losing funds because you connected your wallet somewhere, or you see those Discord scammers that try to copy an influencer and they'll send you an ad and they'll send you a message with a link. This is all ways to keep from becoming a victim of a crypto scam. And of course, number one is going to be that don't click unknown links. Avoid links from DMs, emails, comments, even if they look legit. Always navigate directly to official sites. So that's a big one. There
Very
are
huge one.
ways. Oh yeah, because a lot of these are just going to be either one, phishing scams, or it's literally going to force connect your wallet to something and then they're going to drain your wallet. So just avoid clicking links. If you don't know what it is, don't click it. It's very simple.
And I know a lot of people who are watching right now probably know this and practice this on a regular basis, but you want to know what? It's still good to hear it, in my opinion, because you get in a routine of doing things sometimes, and you just or at least for me, I can speak for me. I just kind of like and then next thing you know, oh crap, I didn't mean to do that. And so you kind of need to you need the refresher every once in a while. You need that refresher. Okay,
See,
the second point. I'm sorry, I didn't
a
mean
good way to click a link that you're not sure about is if you're on PC, to have a virtual machine that you use to click that link on, so it's outside of everything else. I do that sometimes. So
Yes, sandbox that thing. Yes,
oh yeah.
exactly. That's great advice right there. A little bonus. Okay, the second point he has here is to use a dedicated hot wallet for risky interactions. Now, personally, I know people who do dedicated hot wallets for each particular application that they're logging into. And hey, winner, chicken dinner, the way I see it. That's probably super good with regard to the security and privacy for your wallets. But the idea of having a dedicated hot wallet, especially if it's something that maybe it's an exchange you're unfamiliar with, or a coin you're unfamiliar with, whatever it happens to be. And under that, the couple of points are create a separate wallet just for airdrops, minting, and connecting with unknown dApps. Keep your main wallet with larger holdings disconnected and untouched. Yes, because Lord knows you don't want to end up being like, Mark Cuban and having, damn near $750,000 taken out of your MetaMask wallet. Just saying. If you want to know more about that, feel free to go to my channel. You can't miss the title. It says, "Don't be like Mark Cuban." So, all right, BC, you got the next one.
Well, this one's a very, 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 very big one. It's never share your seed phrase or private keys to anyone ever, for any instance. Never, ever, ever. Those are your private keys, and as we say all the time, not your keys, not your crypto. So keep those seed phrases locked up. The best way to do that is to put it on paper. Don't have it on your computer, stored in some file and locked. Like that's very risky, because as soon as if you do end up clicking a link or something like that, then they have your seed phrase,
Yep.
and it's very risky. Just do it the old school way. Write it on a piece of paper and keep that piece of paper safe.
Amen.
The other way, that's what number 2 was. Store them offline, never in a screenshot, cloud, or email, because if you get hacked, that's all your keys and all your crypto. So keep that crypto safe.
Yeah, there you go. Facts. All right, number 4. And I'm kind of glad I got this one. I didn't plan it this way, but I love the whole idea of hardware wallets, which is use a hardware wallet for long-term storage. Because again, we were talking hot wallets earlier when I was talking, and again, that's more you're interacting with some kind of a Web3 dApp or something like that, or you're trading on an exchange, you're actively trading on an exchange, that kind of thing, and you really shouldn't have large sums of money there. Or, well, okay, I'm not a financial advisor, not old guy interwebs here, but it would make sense not to have larger amounts of money on those kind of hot wallets. But hardware wallets, long-term storage, so for those hopefully bigger amounts of cryptocurrency, and for that cryptocurrency which you are not going to be accessing, have no need to access. So as BC says all the time, the majority of his holdings is in Bitcoin. So hopefully he's got that Bitcoin in a hardware wallet, and he highlights here Ledger, Trezor, both very good top tier protection for serious holdings. If you are on my channel for any length of time, I like Tangent. Keep it simple, stupid, and especially for us old people, it's super easy to use, super easy to set up. Heck, they were actually, did you see the live stream I did, BC? They actually took out a full page ad in the New York Times like a week ago, targeting to that demographic for cold storage wallets.
I did not.
Yeah,
I completely missed that. So
yeah, crazy, right? I mean, right. I thought it was the wrong demographic when I was mentioning it on the stream, Joe happened to be with me. And he was thinking, well, maybe it is the right one. And some people in the chat agreed with him, like, no, perfect, perfect demographic. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but so be aware of that. And honestly, at the end of the day, the cold storage wallet you use is up to you. And, you know, the idea goes back to back it up properly, make sure those keys are secure, make sure that you're doing everything you can do in order to protect yourself here in the space as you're trying to store that crypto, is the long and the short of it. All right, BC, go ahead on to the next one.
All right. This one kind of ties into number one just a little bit, where it's double check URLs and smart contracts. This also kind of ties into number two, especially with that smart contracts. Phishing sites often mimic real ones. Look for typos or subtle changes. Verify contract addresses through trusted sites like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, which are great sites. If you find a project that's, say, on Solana, and you want to make sure that it's the legitimate project that is built on Solana, go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, and they will have the actual smart contract address in that site. And so that's how you can make sure that you are going to the legitimate one. So a lot of
that's
people
great
mimic
advice.
those.
Yeah, great advice. Don't misunderstand my laughing. I'm laughing because he chose Solana. That's all.
Oh, well, well, it's a project that there's a lot of copycats on. So you
Yes.
might be trying to buy cat, but like the legitimate project has 2 T's for some reason, but you bought the one with 3 T's, and it drains your wallet because it wasn't a legitimate project, and it was just a scammer trying to scam people out of money. So
facts.
that's
That's
why I
how
chose
easy and
Solana.
quick it is, right? I mean,
Mhm.
and yes, you know, a lot of what we've seen recently is all on that network. That's all I'm saying. We'll just leave it at that, I guess. I should probably move on now. Thank you, Alexander G. Appreciate you saying that. We're trying. We're trying. Oh my God. And then there's Shuby. Can you send me 20 Solana and I will send you back 40? I'll send you 40 back. Thanks, Shub. I always need to laugh. And yeah, exactly. All right. So on to the next. And it's kind of funny that Shuby puts that one in here because the one I'm talking about right now is ignore the you've won messages and fake airdrops. And I got to say, BC, I don't know if you put this in there because you've been receiving these, but literally every day in my email, I have received one of these type of messages, in whether it's an airdrop or, hey, you're eligible for this free whatever we're giving away. It's crazy the amount that are out there right now.
I actually
Again,
just got my first one of those this weekend. It was like, hey,
really,
we're doing a USDT airdrop. I'm like,
yeah, okay,
no. I was like, nobody airdrops USDT. That's not how this works. So, yeah, I know
wow,
it's coming out more and more often. So,
yeah. I mean, honestly, for so long, it seems like every single day. Anyway, let me just hit the bullet points real quick, and then we'll move on here. Where we're really taking our time here, but I think it's necessary. So we'll keep going. Let's see. If it seems like it's too good to be true, it probably is. Facts right there. I mean, just look at Shuby's message in the chat. And most real airdrops are opt-in, and they announce clearly on the project websites. And that's true, because airdrops are a legit thing. They just are. And you can successfully get airdrops. I mean, whether they end up being worth anything, that's a different conversation. But they are legit. And what BC put in there, that they're usually some kind of opt-in. Usually you got to jump through some hoops in order to be qualified to get these airdrops. All right, BC, what do you think? You gonna hit that next one?
Don't trust random screenshots or wallet balances. Screenshots can be faked. Do your own research and verify. So that's a very big one, you know?
And these days, especially, right? And I mean, we're in the age of AI right now.
Hmm.
Boom, boom. I mean, I don't think much more even needs to be said with that, right? All right, let's wrap this thing up with the last piece. Enable 2FA on all your accounts. So basically adding that extra layer of security to your, it doesn't matter, your exchanges, to hell, on your email, on everything. Using 2FA is a must as far as I'm concerned, at this day and age, no matter what you're doing online. And now you can use something like Google Authenticator, obviously, on your phone. Authy is another one. If you're on Gemini, they prefer Authy, and honestly, I like Authy. But here's the thing: I prefer my preferred method, and BC, I'd be interested to see what yours is. My preferred 2FA is right. Can we see that right there? A YubiKey. I love the YubiKey. You can, it's got the, I don't know if you can see that. Try not to have it wig out right there. You can plug it right in, and they have different sizes. Obviously, this happens to be the one that I have, and or they also have it where it's got the NFC, and it's NFC enabled. So if you're using your mobile device, you can still use it on your mobile device. I love this thing. It was the best investment I've ever made. But I will give you this piece of advice: if you are going to get these, get at least two and put each one on. So for example, if you're going to connect Coinbase and you're going to need this as your 2FA, connect both of them. So if you lose one, forget one, misplace one, you can still get into your account. It's probably a good idea to have a third and then put them in separate locations, of course, kind of like you do with your seed phrase. But yeah, definitely more than one. Okay, enough said. BC, do you use this type of thing, or do you use like Google Authenticator?
I use Google Authenticator.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just very easy.
Yeah.
I've only actually got, I think I only have two things that even need it. So,
Gotcha. I will say this with regard to Google Authenticator, another layer of security there is to make sure that you disable the cloud backup. So
oh,
it doesn't, yeah, well, I think it comes, or at least the last time, excuse me, when I changed over phones, I had to like uh, reload Google
Mhm.
Authenticator, and it came auto enabled to back it up to the cloud. So I had to go in and disable that. So I'm thinking that is the way it comes out of the box, as they say.
Oh, I
So
did
make
not
sure
know
you do
that.
that. Yeah. So yeah, definitely double check. It's worth that extra 10 seconds to make sure that you're not backed up on the cloud. Otherwise, you got the same problem that we were just talking about back on number, what was it, 2 or something like that,
Oh, yeah.
in that checklist. So where the stuff is on the cloud. All right. I don't know. Anything else you think we should throw out there with regard to that, BC?
No, I think we touched on pretty much every way you can well, bullet point touched on every way you can keep yourself
Exactly.
safe in crypto.
Exactly. Exactly. Shuby saying he's heading off to dinner. See you later. Hey, Shuby, I hope the travel was safe. Thanks for being here. Checking out the stream, and enjoy dinner, man. Have something good. Have something good. Automatic Beat saying I've made money on airdrops. Yeah, a lot of people, especially if you've been around the space for a while, probably made some money on an airdrop or two. And some of us are still. I can speak for myself anyway. I'm still holding stuff that'll never ever be worth anything that was an airdrop. So it is what it is. You win some, you lose some, as they say. And yes, YubiKey or bust, man. I love this YubiKey. I just love it. I love it. All right. Well, I guess we should probably move on to the next thing. Let me get that screen ready because again, I had to everything got all discombobulated here. Now, here we go. Visa basically joining Global Dollar Network Stablecoin Consortium. This is interesting in the fact that BC and I have talked about both of these things kind of separately. We've talked about stable coins, did an entire live stream on stable coins. I know BC came in late on that live stream, but once he came in, man, we kind of beat that discussion to death afterward. And if you want to go back and see that, I actually did put that link in the description, so go ahead and click on that when we're done here, and you can go back and watch that in its entirety. But early in that same live stream, we also talked about Visa and the fact that stablecoin volume is 2x that of Visa, which I'm not gonna lie, that shocked me. That actually shocked me. And now we have, and I'll scroll down and read just a little bit of it here. Visa reportedly joining this stablecoin consortium. So the company will be the first traditional finance player to join the consortium. I guess the reason that they exist is to share out yield with participants, help with connectivity, that kind of thing. And now I just want to point out here, members of this consortium include Paxos, Robinhood, Kraken, Galaxy Digital, Anchorage Digital, Bullish, and Nuve. Now, I don't know, you got a few big names in there, BC. The fact that they're looking to be part of this consortium only seems to be like the next step in the ladder here, because I mean, they are going to eventually want to try to make that the next step, in my opinion, the next step to be, okay, spend your crypto with your Visa card or your MasterCard or whatever. At least that's my opinion. What do you think?
I mean, you already have Coinbase and Crypto.com who have Visa cards where you can spend your crypto on it. So that next kind of level is, hey, well, we all know stable coins are much better to use if you want to spend your dollars than being like, hey, I'm going to swipe my card and spend my Bitcoin, because that's just not smart. But the next thing would be Visa kind of stepping in, getting their piece of the action, because they don't want to lose out on all the fees that they get. Yeah, they get I believe it's 3% on every time you swipe a card. They get 3%. So they're kind of getting bit with stablecoin volume surpassing their volume. And if you want to go where the money's going, you might want to join that stablecoin, the stablecoin ventures, just like Trump did, get that, chase that bag.
Exactly. And that was the other piece that we were talking about on that live stream. So go ahead and check that out when we're done here, because Trump and World Liberty Financial launched their own USD1 stablecoin here. And I just want to give everybody, because I said I was going to do it when we were done, BC, and I forgot. I just went and did it. I closed out the poll just to see, again, if what people thought with regard to the liability of Coinbase base with regard to their the launch of that content coin, and 55% say yes. 55%. I'm surprised it's that close to 50-50, truth be told. But that was the final verdict with regard to the poll here live tonight. Crazy.
That's surprising.
There it is. Jesse is in the house. Guys, if you're on my channel, use that Uncle Jesse emoji. And now it's funny because because these emojis are small. It's tough to see what they are. Well, I know there are a lot of Uncle Jessies that are in like the realm of TV and that kind of thing. I'm old, so Uncle Jesse to me is the Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard. So that's what I did right here. I gave him a General Lee with a clover on top. So that's the Uncle Jesse emoji. So go ahead and drop that in the chat if you have access, and all members have access. So we got one more thing to talk about there, BC, but is there anything else you want to throw out there before we get to that last one?
No, I think we kind of touched on everything we needed to for that. There wasn't a whole lot to really talk there, but speculation, because I think it's all just the next money play for Visa.
Yep. Oh, I agree. But it's good to continue to point these things out in venues like this, I think, because it's a part of connecting the proverbial dots to where all these big players are moving and positioning themselves inside and outside of the space. I mean, let's be frank, right? But especially within the crypto space, or getting ready to get into the crypto space. So yeah. All right. Well, this last piece, I came across this and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Now, we talked about it already. You hear crypto scams all the time, right? I mean, it's just like we've talked about how many times tonight already. So, but now this, I thought, was a little bit of a different twist. So let me, I want to read through a little bit of this, and then we'll kick it around and call it. So anyway, it's the title of this is Local Law Enforcement Laments Challenges in Tackling Crypto Scams. I came in reading this thinking, okay, what are they trying to get Bitcoin for now? What have they, stole data from, or whatever, the typical things we see here. Well, that's not what this was at all. So right here, it says, and I'm going to skip right to this part right here because I was like, what? According to reports, the majority of the scams that these local enforcement agencies are working on are being carried out in local counties and are related to jury duty and impersonation. These criminals, whom authorities are yet to uncover, have been using fear and intimidation to a tactic, coercing people to send funds in Bitcoin and other digital assets for missing jury duty. Or, and if you go on, it says, or impersonating a juror. So basically, you can earn yourself some crypto if you decide you're not going to show up at jury duty if you're on some high profile case. Holy cow, they'll talk about a twist in the way to scam people, right?
Oh yeah, and it's I didn't even realize, but that's where I live, Lincoln, Nebraska. So that's
that's your okay. Yeah. Is it UBC?
No, but no, it's wild because I've actually seen quite a bit in the papers here that there's been quite a bit of crypto scams where it's like older people and they'll set up some situation and they're like, oh, well, you can pay me in Bitcoin. There's been several things like that where it's, oh, you're late on your taxes, but you can pay it in Bitcoin.
Now, I have heard of that one. Yep, I have heard of that one. But this one, the jury duty thing, when I saw, I had no idea that was in your neck of the woods. I had no idea. Boy, talk about small world, right? Holy moly,
small world. I'm not surprised that they're trying to do something like that, especially since it's been in the papers quite a bit here, where people end up getting scammed with Bitcoin as the payment, and it happens more than you actually think it does. I know there's a big one not that long ago where it was like $60,000 and they did AI with the voice, and they called them being like, oh, well, we kidnapped your kid.
Oh, I heard.
And they used AI to have the AI impersonate their kid's voice, and that person paid out like $90,000 worth of Bitcoin.
Man.
So, oh yeah.
Man. I did hear about that, and that's just sad. And people, the people that were doing the stream, actually, that I heard that on, one of the suggestions was to make sure that you had a code word with family members and stuff like that. So if they don't have the code word, it's not them. And that's actually a really good idea. We used to do something similar to that with the kids when they were younger. And in case somebody would be coming to pick them up, what's the code word? What's the safe word? That kind of thing. And,
we used to have one of those too.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that makes sense. Boy, you got some shady people in your neck of the woods there, BC. What the hell?
there's not a lot going on here, so people get really bored. And you know what they
Oh,
say, idle hands are the devil
yes,
are the devil's instrument. So
yes. All set in the house. Welcome. Appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate it. K Diggity is in the house now. Appreciate you being here, K Diggity. Thank you. We're just about wrapped up. That's what we had for tonight. But if you guys have any questions, go ahead, throw them in real quick. Thank you for taking part in the poll. Thank you for being here. We appreciate the support. We got a bunch of people on X. That's great. And on my channel, looks like everybody bailed from Badel's channel because Badel's not here. I don't blame them. But Badel. Just so for those who missed the beginning of the stream when I was explaining that, Badel, obviously, if you were on Crypto on the Rocks, you know, he met up with Shuby and they had a week, and Shuby is on to other things right now, but Badel just drove home. So he was messaging us earlier, basically saying, oh, I'm not going to make it today. He's still driving. So that's why he's not here tonight. He'll be back next week. I don't know. Anything else you think we thank you, Automatic Beats. Much appreciated. BC, anything else you think we should be throwing out to these fine peeps who are here watching?
I can't really think of anything.
I'm going to check real quick to see if OC guy is going live. If he is, we'll forward everybody over there. But I'm sorry. Tell everybody what you got going on, because you have some your morning reports. You got anything special planned for those during the course of this week?
No, but I do have some content that I will be releasing on my channel here very shortly.
Excellent.
I do a Tuesday evening class every Tuesday at 7 p.m. in the Piper Academy Discord. That's 7 p.m. Eastern every Tuesday. It's a back to basics class, and I'm did trading psychology. We did with trade intuition last Tuesday, and this Tuesday we will be going over candlesticks and kind of candlestick patterns, kind of breaking down how you can like interpret where price might go from candlestick shapes, things like that. So taking it back to basics.
That's awesome.
Doing some recordings of it, and I'll be releasing that on my channel, not the Piper Academy channel. So
excellent. Okay. All right. Fair enough. That's great, though. I think that's always good information. And thank you, Jesse. I don't see OC looking like he's going live either. Thank you for checking, though.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
I just checked.
Is there something you can drop a link to, BC? To the Discord, that way in case anybody here listening is not in the Discord already?
You would have to be a YouTube member of the Piper Academy.
Okay.
So that's the only thing. YouTube membership for Piper Academy, I believe, is $4.99. But if you join the YouTube membership, you get a DCA plan for Bitcoin, and then you also get access to some of these classes. So
excellent.
Let me see.
Well,
I think I got that link somewhere else.
That's all right. If you can't find it, the link to your channel is in the description. So everybody, make sure you're going there, because you'll be able to get that when he starts dropping that information there. So that's awesome. I'm glad to hear you're going to be putting that out on your channel. That's great. That's great.
Well, I needed some content, so I've been slacking.
Well, I mean, when you know the drill. When you're ready, we can put this over there if we need to. So we'll get you going. We'll get you going.
Well, that's why I've been doing the stream on X, because kind of trying to, extend my brand, extend where I put my content out. I skip out on X quite a bit, so it kind of forces me to get over there and see what's going on.
I understand. For those who don't know, I was also streaming like on Facebook and I'm, as we speak, on Patreon. I still do Patreon. I've got a few people that like to watch there, so perfect, no problem. But Facebook just for anybody who cares, that does try to check out CryptoCoinMindSet on Facebook, I still have it, but I am not going live there anymore because recent changes in Facebook now, after 30 days, they're removing my live streams. Oh, well, not just mine, everybody's live streams. So what's the point? If you want to go back and check out a live stream, it's like, oh, sorry, it's after 30 days, it's gone. So I'm not even bothering with that anymore. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, right?
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, well, they didn't. That's relatively new. I received a notice from them 2 weeks ago, I think it was, maybe 3 now. And I was like, what? Initially you see those things and you're like, okay, I got to see if this is a scam, blah, 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 blah. It's sad, but you gotta double check that stuff. And yeah, for sure. That's a fact. So I was like, damn, why am I going to bother?
Well, I mean, it's probably because all that server space that would be required for holding everyone's streams. Well, like, considering that just like random people with no followers go live on Facebook sometimes, and it's just them talking to like their grandma.
Yep. Facts. Facts. All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that about you. For anybody who's interested here on this channel, still trying to coordinate with JAR and FF with regard to Matrix Money podcast starting back on Tuesday evenings. And if we do, or not if, when we do, I will remind you about BC and the Discord, because he's going live at 7. We'll be wrapping up around 7. So that will be like the perfect push over there for that. So watch for that. That's still a little bit in the works. 11 a.m. Eastern time, Wednesday morning, Joe and I will be live again, kind of a midweek market check-in, see how things are going. And of course, Friday night, 7 p.m. as always, Crypto on the Rocks. If you're a member, you're seeing more and more videos being dropped in members only, that a lot of it comes out of Crypto on the Rocks, such as the one I dropped today. However, BC, you'll be interested in this one. Tomorrow, I'm dropping one from our first HODL on the line. And I thought it was best to put it in the member only section. Otherwise, I would have been doing a lot of beep, beep, beep.
Oh, yeah. That first one was just a little spicy.
So watch for that tomorrow. That'll be dropping tomorrow. And that's pretty much that. I've got nothing else. OC isn't going live. So the only other thing I got to remind you of is 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight. Billy Goat Tales with their X Space.
Wait,
and matter of fact, if any of the mods have that link, go ahead and drop it in the chat before we go. And
that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow. It's Monday.
Oh my God, today's Monday. I am so sorry, everybody. Sorry for the misinformation. That is tomorrow. Sorry. Thank you, BC. Thank you.
I was like, wait, it's Tuesday? When the heck did that happen?
I have been at it since I don't remember what time this morning. As you can probably tell by the bags under my eyes, to me, it's already another day here.
I'd hate to see how your mind would be if you were waking up at mine time.
Oh my God, no. Hey, listen, I'm gonna have to do that when it comes time for me to be on your show in about 2 weeks. I'm already trying to get myself psyched up for that. So yeah, Jesse, I get it. 2 a.m. for you. God bless you, brother. God bless you. That's all I got with that. Hey, listen, everybody, thanks for being in the chat. Thank you for being on X. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We're here every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, for HODL the Line. And appreciate you joining us. We're going to head out with our dancing trio. So hopefully we'll see you next week. All right. Take care, everybody.
Good night.